Hey, so you guys know Game of Thrones, obviously you know Game of Thrones. Everybody watches Game of Thrones, especially me. I watch Game of Thrones, the episodes, all the time, a lot actually. And there's a certain person in there, I don't need to tell you his name, a certain person always wearing a cape with a lot of fur on it. I mean, is fabric in there though, and he's always wearing that cape. Good old you know who. And today I'm gonna show you how to make, not his cape in particular, how to make his cape, but really just a cape that could be like anybody's cape from Game of Thrones. For a Halloween costume, it would probably pass. And today I'm gonna be showing you how to make it. The cape from Game of Thrones. Here we go. Okay, if at any point in your life you have ever heard any of the words game or of or thrones, then there's like a 95% chance that you've already heard that fun fact that all the costumes from Game of Thrones are made of rugs from Ikea. So unfortunately, I won't be able to share that for the first time with many of you guys. But I did go to Ikea. I also have a black twin-sized bed sheet, and I have this strip of leather that is from a belt. You guys might recognize that from the big old shield that I made a while ago. I trimmed it down so that it's less dumb, and I actually trimmed it down so much that I was able to just completely remove the belt from it. You're welcome, entire fan base of Scalagrim. So yeah, now I have a very rigid piece of scrap leather to work with. All right, I'm gonna open this good boy up. Okay, word of advice, set yourself aside. Do you ever just choke on jerky bits sometimes? Set yourself aside enough time to wash this thing first, or at least iron it. There's some big creases in this thing. All right, now these rugs have this really distinct shape. So if you buy one of these things, you can pretty much count on it being the same. There's this flat part right here, and then this end over here is kind of pointed. On the flat side, I'm going to take that belt and I'm going to use some contact cement. Actually, first I'm gonna draw a line. Hope I got enough of this stuff. Ooh. Stuff's really gooping up. I'll let this sit for like 10 minutes, I think it said, and it should stick together pretty good. Now here on the top corner, I put some more of the cement and curl it over. Cool. Now right here is where it's most likely to start separating. So I've got this hole punch. This is like a heavy duty one, actually made for leather. Punch that out. Make sure it goes through both layers. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and I will run some paracord through here. Now in the show, obviously it wasn't paracord, it was some leather belts or straps or something. I'm sure I don't have to run you through the whole I don't have money thing right now though, but you would be pretty shocked what they charge for a leather belt these days. I think it'd look better if I punched another hole right here. There's the paracord running through the fur. It's pretty good, pretty concealable. Little double knot, tighten it down best as you can. And now this knot will keep the belt and this part of the sheepskin together. Now I push this end of the paracord through one of these holes that I already had drilled in this side of the belt. This is not also going through the sheepskin, but that's not really what I'm trying to do right now. There we go. Okay, that through there. I'm trying to pop one more hole right here. And there is a very sturdy string coming from a leather collar. So now just do the exact same thing on the other side. Now, I'm not gonna get super dramatic and pretend like I can't afford 5 buttons, but I feel like it'd be fun to do these myself, and I think it'll give it a pretty cool look if I do it by hand too. Not the holes, I'm gonna drill those. But yeah, this is authentic, guys, for real. Now I'm treating the buttons with a little bit of pre-stain so that the stain itself can absorb better. And then after I stain it and give it time to soak in and everything, I'll wipe it off and give it a poly coat. Okay, now right up by the collar, I'm going to measure the direct center. It's 15 inches across, 7.5. And now I folded the sheet so that it's half as long as it was. And then I folded it the opposite way, so it's in quarters right now. So now, if I keep my finger right here, I should be able to unfold this and have the sheet dead centered on the foot. And we're gonna mark out where we're gonna put our 4 little buttons, just roughly like that. Alright, now to get this last button in the right spot, we're gonna have to put it on. So see, the sheet hangs in there, unless you just want to unbutton it and pull it out and you can just wear the fur on its own. But to put it on, you just put it around your neck like that, adjust the blanket, make sure it's all the way up on your shoulders, and then you pull the 2 strings forward. You can see having that belt inside the fur makes this really cool like collar. Now you take the 2 strings, you cross them, go behind your back and just tie a square knot or like a shoelace knot or whatever you want. Putting it on is really that easy. Now, wherever you're gonna wear this, make sure it has some air conditioning. I'm like already sweating down my back. This is like shockingly warm. I mean, it's a big piece of fur. But anyways, the last button. So you're gonna outstretch your arms like this, and whatever length that the sheet wants to lay over your arms to be most comfortable, where it's not bunching up in weird spots, or you're not like pulling way too much of it over your hand or whatever, where it just sits comfortably like this. You're gonna grab onto it. You're going to put it behind your back. All right, we just got this little clamp right here. Clamp the 2 points that you grabbed together. Now from here, you can pull your arms out and you can check to see if those 2 particular positions are comfortable to have clamped together. You know, nothing's pulling in the back, there's no extra tension somewhere where something might rip. And wherever that clamp is right now, you're gonna do the same thing with the button so that you can do this just with a button instead of a clamp. It essentially just makes the whole cape cloak thing more versatile. It's not always the most effective thing to have it hanging over your arms. You might want to get it out of the way. And then if it actually does get cold, you can still unbutton it and wrap it around yourself. So obviously this wouldn't really function that well as like a standalone costume. You would definitely need some other matching pieces to go with it. But if you do got the other pieces, I definitely think this could bring a costume together. And you can see here just the fur on its own also looks pretty cool if you're going for like a barbarian type of look. Again, if you've got the rest of the costume. But I really do like the way that the belt in the neck of it makes a collar. Without that in there, the sheepskin would just kind of squish up against the back of your head. There wouldn't really be any form to it. Like this, I just think it looks really functional and really cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're interested in helping me make videos more often, it would be really helpful if you could buy a t-shirt, teespring.com/alpha-z. But that's about all I got for today. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.